We're back with the story. We're taking a live look now inside Portland City Council chambers. Nothing's wrong. It's just a break. But they are having a hearing all day where hundreds of people have shown up to testify in response to the mayor's 5-part plan to address homelessness. That plan includes a ban on unsanctioned camping across the entire city. Testimony is expected to last for hours and hours. Blair Best joins us from outside City Hall. Blair, you talked with both sides for those for and against this plan. What are you hearing from them?
Yeah, Pat, this is arguably the most significant and broad approach to tackling this crisis that we've seen in recent years. Now, I was in council chambers earlier tonight, and I can tell you it is both emotional and tense in there as people share their response to this crisis and this plan. More than 200 people signed up to testify today. Now, public testimony started around 3 o'clock this afternoon, and each person got 2 minutes to speak. And we're hearing from those who think it's a step in the right direction, and others who say banning homeless camping will further harm the homeless. Now let's quickly break down the plan. It includes a ban on homeless camping over an 18-month period and building 3 giant homeless campuses instead that would each hold up to 500 people. It calls for 20,000 affordable housing units by 2033, which the mayor is calling a moonshot. He's also proposing changes to city protocols so the homeless can easily access addiction and mental health services, along with making it easier for those cited for low-level offenses to get jobs. Now, council will vote on this plan November 3rd, but today the community is taking the opportunity to speak out. Now, I also want to mention that all 3 gubernatorial candidates support this plan in some form. Now, we're told that because of the high number of people who signed up to testify today, that this meeting could last until 11 p.m.
Wow, highly unusual and very interesting that they are there in person. A lot of this has been done virtual for the last 2.5 years. Where would these camps be built, Blair?
Yeah, so you and many others have that same question, and the simple answer is we just don't know yet. But what we do know is that each one of these 3 campuses have to be large enough to house at first 125 homeless people and then ultimately 500 homeless people. But where exactly they'll be located, we're not sure. However, we are expecting the mayor to announce the location of one of them here in the near future. Now, whether that's this week or perhaps it's next week after council votes on this plan, we're still waiting to hear.
Seems likely it would be on city-owned land, but it will be very interesting to see where that first one is. And what about this? How much will these cost?
Yeah, so Mayor Wheeler was asked that question on Friday, and he couldn't give us any hard numbers. But what we do know is that the city is waiting on funding from the county and the state to implement any part of this plan. So as for how much these specific campuses will cost, that's still an unknown.
Yeah, and I know that the city sends, I think it's about $40 million a year to the county homeless services office to help with the county project. And the group People for Portland has been advocating that that should no longer happen, that $40 million should be used for this project. Be interesting to see if it shakes out that way. What about this? Once these are up, then will the city force campers to move if they don't want to move?
So it's a big concern for many people involved here, and on Friday the mayor said that if the homeless refuse to go into one of these campuses, they could face criminal charges. Now, I want to point out that that is technically legal, because essentially the city is saying you can't camp anymore on this sidewalk, but you can go to this large campus or Safe for Us Village or indoor shelter or you name it. So if the homeless are given an option of somewhere else to go and they decline that option, then it is technically legal for them to face criminal charges, and the mayor is saying that is ultimately what will happen.
All right, thank you so much, Blair Best, outside Portland City Hall live tonight. Well, folks, what do you think about the plan? Let us know. Send an email to thestory@kgw.com or leave us a voicemail. Call our phone number, 503-226-5090. I look forward to hearing from you.